Welcome to Key and Kier's Kingdom Connection, featuring
my dad, Reggie Key, and
my dad, Kier Hopkins Smith.
Woo! Yes, sir.
That was a good one.
Key and Kier's
Kingdom Connection.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. That dap.
Is it a movie or something? Or I feel like we're just looking at the power.
That dap, boy.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yes, it really is a good one. Well, here we go, man. I love you so much. See, okay, one of these days, I just hope one of these days y'all gonna learn to appreciate this man of God as much as I love to appreciate it. Because them faces say everything, and I'll be reading them, and I know it. I know what it is.
Got that from my mama.
You got it from your mama?
I did, though.
Hey, that's word. So come on, let's talk about it.
Speaking of mama and parents and things.
Yes. Yes.
We've been talking about just the spirit of offense in our men's Bible study, which just ended. We ended the series reading the book of Satan just last night. The bait of Satan, not the book of Satan. Yeah. Let's make that distinction. Let's make that clear.
The bait, yes.
The bait of Satan, which talks about the spirit of offense, written by John Bevere. And I was telling the men how naive I felt recently, because as much as I've been purging myself of this offense, especially as it relates to my family, when the offense comes back, it still catches me off guard, because I'm like, I thought I was good. I thought I was covered. I thought I was healed. And I am covered and good, but this is a process. This is a sanctification process. And as it relates to my children, they're having these moments where they'll show me and speak maturity, and I'm like, wow. And then I'm in my place where I think that they've arrived, they're here, and then they reveal to me their humanity, and it's like, man, I've been telling people, like, man, it's like when you go into a place and you don't have no bars. Like, I just had 5 bars when I walked around a corner, and now I got no bars.
No
I'm not
bars
connected.
There's no whiffy. Come on.
And this quick switch that happens so often.
Yes.
It happens in our children. It happens in us.
And it happens in us. Absolutely it does.
And it still blows me. So I just came off of something that happened last weekend that caught me off guard. And fresh out of that, my son does it again. Like, you know how we say, like, when God does something new, you're like, wow, I can't believe he did it again. But I'm like, wow, I can't believe you did that again, Josiah. Like, how you managed to? So here's the story that's going to launch us into this. Yeah. Last night he comes to my wife and I. He says, "Hey, I got some news for y'all. I just want to tell you." He said, this new counselor pulled him to the side in his high school and said, "Hey, there's a sorority that asks us to identify the top male and female, the top African American male and female at the school, because they have a scholarship program for them, and he's the top." And so we were like, that's congratulations, this and the third, that's amazing, Josiah, this and the blah, blah, blah. And then he says, well, I'm not going to do the program, though, because I have to make myself available on 2 dates. And one of those dates is February 14th, and I can't do it. Why can't you do it? Because of Valentine's Day? No, because he's going to be participating in this final year of indoor band. He's like, I'm not giving that up for anything. And I'm like, not for anything? So they're offering you money that we in turn don't have to pay for your education in this financial plan that we're still pulling together. And you're saying, like, nah, I'm not going to do it. And I said, you know what? This particular program, that's okay. But moving forward, I need you to keep your mind open, because there may be other companies. We warned you of this going into your senior year, that there may be things that you have to prioritize greater than band. Yes. And he dug in. No, I'm not going, I don't want, this is what I want to do. This is what I love doing. And he said, and I'm putting my foot down. Huh? What you doing? And he was like, no, I'm not budging on this. And I'm like, I'm just looking at him like, wow, he was sitting in our bedroom in our house telling us that he was going to put his foot down. And all I'm trying to do is saying, like, just keep your mind open. So he completely shuts it all the way down. And then has the nerve to leave like, good night. Like, you ain't just... Man, like you said, like you about to have your whole. You about to be a whole diabetic, because I'm going to take your whole foot off, so you can't put your foot down ever again. Not in my house,
Let's go.
Right?
Ankle.
Just let me
put
see
my
how
whole
you put
ankle
your,
down.
Put your ankle down.
Put
right?
my whole ankle down.
Then I'm expose you and pop the ankles off. Anyways, so just this quick switch, it blows me. I've been talking too much. I'm gonna let you.
No. You good, man. And that's the essence of what you're giving, and that's it. So, as he's talking about this, we have these highs and we have these lows. And I was telling him it's amazing with children. It's almost like in the inhale, it's like, oh my God, fresh oxygen, and all of a sudden the exhale, is that arson? Oh my gosh. It's like, did that just come out your mouth? Did that just happen? And the
exhale becomes inhale.
Yes.
INHELL. Told you I was gonna play with.
Come on, that's it. You did it.
I'm
You did it. But one of the things that he and I have talked about is the trials we go through with our children, and the blessing of the fact that my children are older than his children. So that means that I get to go through it first, and then I get to relay it to him. You're gonna relay it to him. Be like, brother, I'm just laying up treasures for you, so when they come and hit you, you know that I got you back because I'm already there. I already been on the other side of it. And but I was sitting back as he talked about is that we do the same things, right? But then biblically, I was just like, man, we see this happen with Peter. And Peter is one that in the Matthew 16, when you see this, he goes from this extreme high to this extreme low in a matter of a few verses.
How many
right?
verses is it between the two things?
So when he says that, Peter replies in 16, you are the Christ, the Messiah, the anointed, the Son of the living God, right?
And then Jesus blesses him. It's like, man, blessed are you, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father which is in heaven. And
then 6 verses later, in 22, Peter took him aside and said to him privately and began reprimanding him, saying, may God forbid it, this will never happen to you. And Jesus says, get behind me, Satan. You are a stumbling block to me, for you are not setting your mind on things of God, but on things of man. And I
told you, inhale, exhale.
And so I'm sitting back like, wow, and just as I was reading that, it also made me think about the great high of Elijah. That here he is on this mountain giving the business to these 450 prophets, right? I mean, he gives the business, calling down fire from God, and immediately after that,
why you have to say Elijah? Because he was arrogant when he did it. And that's how my son was. I was like, he was arrogant.
I mean, immediately after he does this, there's a word that goes to this woman, this queen, right? Jezebel, and she sends word, I'm going to kill him. And that boy goes running.
Right?
Running.
He fall all apart.
Fall completely apart, ends up in a cave over here with they say the tail tucked between your legs and his head in between his knees. And here's God got to come. Man, what we doing? Where we at right now, right? And so here's the deal. It's like we have these highs, we have these lows, and we want to be able to see ourselves in the midst of it, that God is so patient with Peter.
Yeah, he is.
Even in the midst of it. Yes, he praises that a revelation comes. Then he rebukes him. But then he gives him another saving grace of saying, listen, you're going to deny me 3 times. And Satan seeks to sift you as wheat. I've prayed for you, but when you return, listen, strengthen the brethren.
So look, the part about I've prayed for you, I lost myself last night. I didn't lose it on him.
Okay.
But I lost myself because I had told my children almost a month ago, I was like, when y'all offend me in something that you do or say, or what you do not do or say, what I'm going to do is I'm going to immediately begin to pray in the spirit.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to turn that thing over to God.
Come on.
Because he knows exactly what needs to minister to you in that moment.
Right.
I don't want to react in my flesh. And I didn't do that last night. And I told you, I growled at that dude last night.
Yeah, you told me. You told me
the
Mufasa came out.
Right? And so remembering to pray for those that cross that line, that cross that border, especially those closer to us. Last night we talked about how sometimes we tend to put our best foot forward for those who aren't even that close to us.
They're distant from us, right?
Their relationship isn't as valuable as it is the ones that we have for our wives and our children. Right. And so I owe them that part of my thinking and my faith to pray for them when they violate something that is important to me, or when they fail to remember me. Because that's basically what happened.
That's what happened. Right.
He chose. It wasn't even like he forgot. He was just like, I'm not going to remember
you right now.
Moving forward.
Right.
And that hurts.
Yeah.
So I told him. I said that hurts. But the praying, and I think the what's the word? I think the more jarring the switch, like we was just here a second ago, that's your clue and your cue to be like,
come on,
I need to go pray.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. and be willing to walk in that, because that's good, man. I thank you for even saying that, because that's a strong reminder for all of us that when the scriptures tell us that men ought to always pray, this is one of the reasons why we ought always to pray.
It seems like it's impossible, right? I pray always.
Yeah.
That seems pray without ceasing.
Yeah,
If you're paying attention, it's not
if you're
that.
paying attention, it's not. And even today, we was meeting with a young lady concerning deliverance and her prayers. She was like, I mean, I can't pray all the time. And it's like, the reason why you think that is because you think the prayer is the posture or the position, right? It's actually a spiritual posture and a spiritual positioning. She think it was the physical. Like, I have to be on my knees and I can't stop my whole day just to stop, bow my head, put my hands together, come before God, rock a little bit. And once again, when you get that kind of a position of posture, then yeah, you can't. You can't pray all the time. But once you learn how to walk in the Spirit and operate in the Spirit, and God teaches you these things, then you can learn how to pray in your spirit, in the spirit man. Have him on always on point in your prayer times, so that you can keep moving and you can still pray. Because yeah, bro, to stop in those moments, your natural self is, like I said, in his picture, he had three hands, because he had his arm crossed, and then you had your Snoopy, but your other third hand. I was like, yo, you didn't do the scorpion on that boy. Get over here, because the natural wants to snatch out and snatch a soul and be like, finish him. But we need to finish him in the spirit. Gotta finish him in the spirit and just go in tongues. If that's what you got to do, then go in tongues and go ahead and pray, so the Lord can bring us into a better space, because God wasn't done with Peter. After he tells him, Satan, get behind me, he wasn't done with him.
You're right.
I was like, uh-oh, what's about to come out? He wasn't done with him. He was not done, because there was more to Peter. This was just a refining moment. And even for us, it's a refining moment. We can find ourselves in the greatest spaces, but we walk in faith in something, like extraordinary faith. And then something else comes around the corner and we're like, dang, do I even have faith? And we're struggling, because it's like, man, can I pray myself out of this? I can pray myself out of that, but can I pray myself out of this? We got to get into our checks and balances of it all, bro.
And the thing that we talked to the men about a lot. So there was last night. There was a list of words. Like,
yes.
Are you here?
Yes.
Or are you here?
Yes.
When it comes to being to loving,
that was a good list.
Are you saying I am loving, or I need to be more loving?
Yeah.
Am I this? Am I patient? Am I quick to speak?
Yep.
Am I slow to anger? Slow to anger, slow to speak, quick to hear?
Yep.
All these different things. Are you there, or do you need to get there? And we said two things. Like, one, in a given moment, depending upon who you're interacting with, you can be almost like both. You can be like, well, I was patient with you yesterday, but what you did today, I have no patience for you.
Yeah, that's real.
Right. And so one of the men talked about a person who was inconsistent in how he was working and showing up on the job, which caused him to be less patient with him. And I was like, well, think of how inconsistent you are with God sometimes, and his character doesn't change towards you. And so I'm like, adopt that approach to the person that is inconsistent with you, because in your inconsistency, God is not changing his behavior and his attitude and his love towards you as a son. Right. That just ministered to me when I say a son. Right?
Come on.
And so it's not like I'm like super mad
Right.
at Josiah.
Yeah. You
like
told me
whatever.
that. You said it's like, I'm not fuming. You said I'm not fuming.
Yeah, it's
right.
not fuming. It's just like, man, bro, I thought we had arrived at a place. But I'm sure God is saying that too. I thought we had arrived at a place. You doing this again? You saying this again? Like, really? But he's patient towards us.
He is patient, loving, kind, long suffering.
Right? Jesus even said, like, how long shall I suffer you?
How long shall I suffer you, though?
Right?
But his assignment was short, so
I didn't want to say that. I was not going to say that. He was like, actually, I know exactly how long it's going to be. Yeah, I'm going to be all right, though.
Right.
I'll be okay.
Jesus over here like, and wrap that thing up. Let's go. But yeah, man, I hear you on that. And that's good for us to have those checks and balances. And it's good because one of the guys actually brought up about, checking both. And I was like, well, under one thought process, you can check all of them as both, because obviously we have not fully arrived at anything. But we have to be able to give space that God has matured us. He has brought us to perfection in areas, because if you can compare you now versus you 5 years ago or you 10 years ago, if you are the same on every level of what you was 10 years ago, we got some problems.
Right.
Right? But if we're walking in Christ, then that means there has been growth. There has been maturities. There should be things you have put down, and there should be things that you have picked up. You have grown in, and as we talk about in barbecue, you can score a 9. You never score a 10. You score a 9 because there's always room for growth. But you realize in this area, God has blessed me. This is an oil that's flowing in overflow, right?
Yes.
And if you know that your patience is flowing in overflow, check that. Listen, God has blessed me with this. I'm no longer the in-person person that I was. Now I'm scoring a 9 in this. But if you recognize, I'm about a 4 in this one, then yeah, you need to check both of them.
What you made me think of as I said this, what you said that is, like, what would Reggie from 5 years ago have done? What would his response have been to my son saying, "I'm putting my foot down"? Though, and I'm, you know, I wasn't wild,
No, you wasn't wild.
but I was just less. I'm in a better place now.
You are.
Yeah,
You are.
yeah. I probably would have just been translated right there on the spot.
That's
Like,
true.
You know what?
That's true.
I was just like, "No, what? Take him away. Like this. You need to be."
And
So praise God.
Yes, we praise God. And once again, as we wrap this up, I will be the first one as being walking with you as your yoke fellow for these years. That is truly, I've told you on several occasions, I've seen the maturity. I've seen the growth. I've seen what you have put down at the feet of the Father and what he has offered, and you chose to pick that thing up. And you're holding on to it. It's one thing when you're holding something like this, you really ain't trying to hold it. But I've seen you take hold of these areas with your children. And you're holding on to it because you're believing God over yourself, over circumstance, and even over past things. You're choosing. I'm holding on to what God has said. So that's just an encouragement for every one of you. No matter what your circumstance, no matter the situation, you always have a choice. Do you want to choose what God has, or you choose what you know and what you trust? And I'm just encouraging everyone, choose what God has, because
Choose ye this day.
that's it.
You can't hold on to God with one hand.
Right.
He's too big. And so when you hold on to him with all that you have, you're accepting. A part of holding on to God is accepting what he gives.
Come on.
And then giving what you've received.
That's it, bro.
There we go. You didn't see that coming.
I did not. I didn't. I really.
Got him. This has been Key and Kears.
Kingdom Connection. Yes, God. Hey, appreciate you guys for this episode. You guys know our platforms. We give it to you every week. All right, Manu Forte Ministries.
Power in my testimony.
You guys can also find us on Spotify. We want you to be blessed by our chop sessions as we chop up these words, chop up life, chop up the things that God is revealing to us. We want to be a blessing to every viewer. So we love you guys. We pray for you guys. And we are thankful until the next.
My daughter does now.
Is that what she does?
The heart. See the heart?
I see it.
Yeah.
Maybe. No? Yes? Is that it?
Got a little, okay. Need to be defibrillated a little bit.
Clear. But until the next time.
Salute. I get this light out of my eyes though. Dang it. I think that's from the DAP. That's been the spark from the DAP.
It has been right in the eye.
Anyways.
It's good.
Peace.